Yay,
Yeah,
we are live. Good morning, good evening, everyone. This is Book Launch Conversations, day 4. Thank you for joining. I have the guest in the house. So I'm going to ask you to, let me introduce myself and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself as well. So let's see if
okay.
you're joining, let's know where you are joining us from. This is Book Launch Conversations. And in this conversation, what we do is that we talk about the 2 books that I'm launching this week, which is Woman on Purpose with Purpose for a Purpose, and then Intentional Parenting. Thank you. So my name is Oluolabode, the Purpose Midwife. I'm a certified John Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach, and I'm a pastor as well. So I am so glad to be here. My mandate really is to stir up Christian women and pastors' wives to push past limitations so that they can thrive in purpose and impact lives. And today I have a young lady in the house. I was so excited to interview her. She is a purpose advocate, and I'm just going to ask her to introduce herself. So introduce yourself.
All right, everyone. Good evening. I am Adekunle Comfort. I'm passionate about encouraging people discover their purpose, develop and deploy their potentials to the glory of God and to the expansion of God's kingdom on earth. So
Woohoo!
I also stir females up to live a fulfilled life. They should live a healthy lifestyle. I have an assignment to equip females with equip females and train females to live a healthy lifestyle and enable them birth solutions on health, not problems. Because I so
Wow.
much believe that when females live right, there is every tendency of helping males too, because we are helpers. According to the book of Genesis, from the
Yeah.
beginning, God
Mm-hmm.
created us as helpers. So if we
Mm-hmm.
can live right, if we can live a healthy lifestyle, definitely we are going to influence our world, we influence our generation, we influence males, we influence everyone around us. So I also have that assignment, and to the glory of God, I am doing as much as I can and hoping that God is going to strengthen me more to do more. So that's just all for now.
Yay, we get to meet you. That is so. Thank you for sharing that with us. So, if you are just joining us, you're welcome. As you join, let's know where you're joining from. One thing we want to do on this book launch conversation for as many, this is, we're using StreamYard. So, with StreamYard, you have to give them authorization to be able to put your name in the comments. And I said for the 2 people that engage the most with this, I get to give them 2 copies of the book Woman on Purpose with Purpose for a Purpose. So let's know who is engaging. And also the book you can get on my website, oluolabody.com. You can, from there you can just get the link to be able to buy the 2 books. So let's get into this. What is your purpose? What has been your purpose journey like? As a young lady, what has been your purpose journey like? It's an
Okay.
interesting question.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. And I can actually say the journey of fulfilling my purpose has been a journey that introduced me into relevance. Like
Hmm.
it gave me relevance in life. I don't know how people see purpose, but to me, I feel if you haven't discovered your purpose, you've not gotten a relevance on earth. No matter
Hmm.
what you might study, no matter your qualifications, no matter everything you have done on earth, without purpose, there is no relevance. Okay,
Wow, that's so true.
thinking about my journey on earth. So far, so good. I just decided at some point in my life, I just decided that I don't want to talk anywhere I am. I just want to be quiet. I don't know,
Hmm.
because before, most people usually say, oh, you talk too much, you talk too much, you talk too much. So when I wanted to go to the college, I just made up my mind that this school I'm going to, I'm not
Hmm.
saying anything. I don't want anybody to hear my voice. Let me just study, get
Hmm.
my result, and just leave the school. And that was what I did.
Hmm.
You can hardly
I
see me
know.
talk.
Hmm.
You can
Hmm.
hardly see me say something. I just go to school,
Hmm.
study, go to class, just my life. Even I don't keep
Wow.
friends. I did not
Wow.
keep any friend. Just anybody that wants to be my friend, they just get close to me because okay, we know that this lady that she's smart, she's brilliant, so she's gonna help us.
But you didn't really used to talk to anybody.
I did not talk to any. I don't really talk, even to answer questions. Probably maybe when the lecturer is just like, okay, you must talk, or maybe he just calls me to talk, then I will talk. So that was the kind of life I do live before. I don't talk. I can talk. I'm outspoken, but I just made that decision
Hmm.
because I don't want anybody to be like, you, like all of that. So I I made that decision. I didn't say anything. Then after school, I just after school life, I just normal life, sleep, eat, wake up, go to work, and all of that. And people will now start looking up to you for marriage. Like, oh, when are you getting married? When are you doing
Very.
that, brother? This and this. You can't have many friends. They will start asking you questions. What's going on? This
Hmm.
but I knew it was not time for me to get married. I just knew that in my mind. So
Hmm.
until 2019 when I left my parents, I was living alone. I started living alone on my own. Then I had this void, this
Hmm.
vacuum in my life that is this all my life is about. Just
Hmm.
sleep, wake up, work, eat, and all of that. So
There has
I
to
was
be more
just
to life.
there has to be more to life. I was just thinking, as in I was almost depressed as at that time in my life because I was just thinking that okay, what then I got to a point I just asked God, okay, what do you want to do with my life? That was the question.
Hmm.
So, if we haven't gone to the end of ourselves, we can't
Hmm.
get to God.
Hmm. Wow. I love that.
If we haven't got to the end, gotten to the end of ourselves, we can't access God. So at times God
Hmm.
just does things for us that he just push us to do things that would make us feel like okay, this is the end of it.
Hmm.
I don't have any strength again. So that was
And
the
then he
point.
takes over.
Yes, and that was the point I got to. And then I was like, God, what do you want to do with my life? What do you want to do? That was the question I just asked God. So I had nobody to tell me this is purpose or this is not purpose. I had no one to tell me. But I just started. I started up doing what I can do.
Hmm.
The Holy Spirit will say, okay, post this, I will post, write this, I will write. And that was how we started.
Wow.
Till
Wow.
now, until I discovered that okay, I need to read books, I need to develop myself. So I was just doing everything quickly. I was
Wow. By the
reading,
Holy Spirit.
yeah, I was
Powerful.
reading.
Hmm.
I met then from there I met people that encouraged me to do more. Now
Hmm.
this influence conference by Dr. Sam Ekundayo, I think that was August or
In
therever.
August 2020. Yeah,
Yes,
August last year.
2020. That conference was just like it was for me. So
Hmm.
I did it with all of me. It stirred up my um it stirred up my passion for purpose. Then I
Hmm.
understood that okay, this
Hmm.
is it. So that was how my
Wow.
journey
Wow.
started and everything
Wow.
went on and on like that till now.
Wow, that's a powerful journey. There were two statements that you made that really spoke to me in there. First, the one without purpose, there is no relevance. That is a big
Yes.
one. And also, a lot of people might be saying, "Oh, what is this purpose? What exactly is it? What does it mean?" And I often say that purpose really is just whatever God has called you to do
To do.
to
Yeah.
do it is the assignment God has put upon your life.
Given to
Because
you.
the simple mean definition of that word purpose means that it is an original intent of a thing. So before we showed up here, God had an
A
intent for each of
plan.
us. So what is that
Yes.
intent that He had for
That's
you?
purpose.
Just
Yeah.
find out what the assignment is, and then what do you do? Begin to
Run
run
with
with
it.
whatever it is. And so thank you for sharing your purpose journey. One question I'm going to ask, we're talking about the book. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. We're talking about the book, Woman on Purpose, with Purpose, for a Purpose. So I know you reviewed that book. What stood out to you in the book? You were one of the people that reviewed the book. What stood out to you in the book?
Well, one thing that stood out actually is that As females, we care so much about other people, and at some point we even almost forget ourselves. So, and me, even when I'm not married, but I do that a lot. So reading that in the book, that okay, while you are helping others, don't
Hmm.
forget yourself. While you are
As
helping
females.
others,
Hmm.
as females, while you are helping,
Hmm.
trying to help your husband, help your kids, make sure you are also helping yourself. Make sure you are
Hmm.
developing yourself.
Hmm.
Make sure you are
Hmm. Hmm.
developing yourself. Make sure your purpose, you don't stop. You are
Hmm.
running with it. You are running with it, because that's just what your life is about. If everything
Hmm.
goes, your purpose will still be with you, even
Yeah.
till it will be with you. It will stay here when you have gone. It will even go with you.
You go
Yes,
with.
because it will go with you, because you will give account of what you've done with it. So it will
Mm-hmm,
go with
mm-hmm,
you. It will be here. It will
mm.
serve as a legacy for other people. So don't let anything whatsoever take that place of your purpose.
Hmm.
Don't let
Wow.
anything take the place of your
Anything.
purpose. Yes.
Okay. And
So
for somebody that might be saying, okay, you know what? I don't know how to find out what this purpose. I don't know how to discover it. They were in the book we talked about. I talked about discover, develop, and deploy your purpose. You spoke to us a little bit about discovery. Why do you think it was important for you to read books and get into the corner of people that were actually living a life of
hmm.
purpose? What was the importance of that? What do you think was the
The
importance?
importance is that our cycle of influence, it really depends on our purpose.
Okay, network. She will be back. Okay, so if you're here, I think that's the network issue, but she will be back. If you're here, thank you for being here. This is the book launch conversation. I'm having two conversations today, one on Facebook and one on Instagram. Thanks for joining me. My name is Olu Olabode, the Purpose Midwife, and I am
Oh,
okay. You're back.
I was thinking the Wi-Fi was doing, the
You're
network was
back.
not
We're glad
tonight.
you're back. So if you're just joining us, we're having a conversation around the book Woman on Purpose with Purpose for a Purpose. And you know what? As women, we are here for a reason. And so the book, actually, I'm working on also having been able to have a free chapter of the book on the website. So when you go there, you can actually read it. If you want to buy the book, if you go into the www.oluolabode.com, you will be able to read a little bit about a sampler when you click on the link to buy it. And also, we have intentional parenting there. So, Comfort, are you here with us or not? I'm not sure if she's here with us, but let me just put the link in the description to everybody. So let's know if you're here. Thank you for being here. I'm just waiting on her. I think her network froze. Okay, so I lost her, but I know that she will be back. So the books I'm talking about today are it's because this week, I'm really just letting people know what the books are about. I'm having the official launch tomorrow, which is the cap of all the conversations at the end of the week, which is I'm having it on Instagram at 8 p.m. West African time tomorrow. It's going to be really interesting and it'll be awesome to have you there. But you know what? We have the Kindle edition of the book and we have the physical copy that you can get through my website, www.oluolabode.com. So I'm going to put the link in here now to buy the book, and also to, not just to buy, even if maybe you want to buy you say, okay, I don't just want to buy for myself. You can get two copies because I have a deal going on. If you buy two copies, you can buy two copies for $13. You can buy three copies for $16. So what I'm doing is that if you're buying more than two, if you're buying like three, send me a DM. What I'm doing is I'm doing a package that way you're not paying what you will pay for one. And why is this book written? Really, the purpose of having this book is so that it can let us know that God has put each one of us here for a reason. We're not just here to mark time. You and I are not just on the earth to mark time. There's a reason why God put you and I here, and He is counting on us to make sure that we bring to pass that reason that He put us here. I'm waiting on Comfort. I think she will be back in a little bit. She's going to be trying to get back on. So it is so important for us to fulfill our purpose. There's a verse that I love so much that I that I love to quote. But when I saw it from the Passion Translation, it really, really spoke to me. It says, the entire universe is standing on tiptoe, yearning to see the unveiling of the glorious sons and daughters of God. You know what? So what he's saying is that the world is waiting on you and I. God has put something on the inside of you. And so what this book seeks to bring to you is, there is so much God has put on the inside of you. Do not sit on it. The book talks, it has 12 chapters. It talks about discovering your purpose. It talks about developing, it talks about deploying, it talks about, it talks about the choices that you should make when you're on a journey of purpose. It talks about there are people that we can learn from. I talked about biblical people we can learn from on our journey. There were people that were living like, there were women in the Bible that actually lived lives of purpose, and we can learn so much from them. Esther was one of them. Ruth was another one of them. And so, getting the book, you're going to be able to get into this. You're going to be able to actually glean from the pages, and then you're going to be able to say, okay, how can I start off on my journey? How is this journey going to work out for me? And as you glean from it, guess what? God is going to show you how you can start. One of the things that we're going to talk about, that I wanted to talk about with comfort, was starting from where you are. People often believe that when you start on a purpose journey, you start from the very top. I want to say you start from wherever you find yourself. And I often use my story when I began to say, God, what assignments have you put upon me? What assignments have you given me to do? I remember what all I had was to start where I was. Like for me at the time, my sphere of influence really was work. The people that I had as work, and the people I had, and the people that I knew at church. So those were the people that I could influence them. Those are the people that I could speak into their lives. And so people need to know that whatever assignment God has given you to do, just start from where you are. Don't seek to do bigger assignments until you are comfortable to step into them. Start from where you are. And as you start, guess what's going to happen? As you start, you find that God begins to put resources in your life to help you. He begins to put, those resources are not just financial, but he's going to put even people in your life to help you to walk on the journey. He's going to bring people your way that you did not even have a clue of where they came from. So it is so, so, so important for us to step out in faith and say, you know what, this is the assignment that God has given me. I remember that there's another verse that I love so much. It talks about when Jesus, John 17:4a, from the Message version. It says, Jesus said that I have completed, he has completed the assignment that God had given to him. I have completed it down to the very last detail, what God has assigned me to do. So at the end of your life, those are one of the things I spoke about in the book. What are you going to say? What are you going to say to God? Are you going to say, I have completed it? Thank you, Mike Akitayo. Are you going to say, I've completed it to the very last detail, what God assigned me to do? Or are you going to say, well, because everything you and I have been given, we're going to give an account of it. And so that is what the book is talking about. Woman on Purpose, with purpose, for a purpose. It is a book that it is written for women to not just sit on everything that they've been given. It is for us to begin to war with all that God has put in our hands and begin to thrive in the purpose that God has given us. Whatever it is, start from your corner. I always say, start from your corner, start from your workplace. Start beginning to see, what assignment do I have in this workplace? I know, because purpose is a journey. So God doesn't reveal everything to you at once. He will show it to you. Your assignment is revealed in parts. So start with whatever he's giving you. Start on the journey in whatever he's handed you to do. And as you start, guess what happens? He will begin to bring people into your life. Thank you, Pastor Sunday Adiola, for joining. Yes, we must complete it down to the very last detail, what God has assigned us to do. There is what he has assigned us to do. Jesus was able to say that because he completed everything God told him to do. You and I are going to stand before him, and we're not going to give account to anybody. That was me for a long time. I will not do things because of what people will say. But the day God said to me, why do you let people keep telling you what and what you should be doing? Why do you let people keep limiting you? That was the day the scales fell off my eyes. And from that day, he told me, go and begin to stir people up, begin to stir them up. Let them live out my purpose for their lives, not their parents' purpose, not their friends' purpose for them, but what I have ordained for them, the assignment I have given to them. And so it is your job and my job to say, what is that which God has given to me. What is that before he designed me and put me here, he put in my hands to do? As we begin to do that, guess what's going to happen? God will begin to bring you into a place of relevance. Comfort said something before she went off air. She said, without purpose, there is no relevance. That statement is so powerful. I know your assignment is revealed in past. Thank you, sir. Without purpose, there is no relevance. I found that when you begin to do whatever God has called you to do, it's not that it's going to be easy. You will not have the full understanding, but guess what? You will begin to impact lives beyond even your understanding. Because I often tell people that until you begin to do whatever God has called you to do, sometimes the other people will not begin to do what God has called them to do, because they are connected to you. They are connected to you doing what God has called you to do. So let's step out and begin to do it. I'm going to put the link in here that the book, intentional parenting and woman with purpose, woman on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose, can be got. You can get it on my website. So that's oluolabode.com. So I'm just going to put it in here. You can get it on my website. You can go there, and then you'll also be able to read a sample of what it is. If you're in Nigeria, you can get it on Okada Books, and we're working on getting the physical copies there as well. So if you're in Africa, anywhere in Africa, you can actually, you can get it there, and we're working on getting the physical copies as well. So let me put it in there. You can just go to oluolabode.com and you'll be able to get it. And I always say, get one for your friend, get one for your wife, get one for somebody else. And there's a deal going on for anyone that buys two. If you buy two is meant to be $16, but if you buy two, it's $13. If you buy three books is meant to be about $23. But if you buy three books, you get it for $20. If you buy three books, you get it for $20. So go and you can get your copies there right now. And tomorrow, I would love to invite you. Tomorrow is the grand launching of all my conversations. I'm going to be having a conversation with Eden Onwuka on Instagram at 8 p.m. West African time, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. It's interesting. We have all these different time zones, but you know what? We are able to connect. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so excited, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you. I'm looking forward to hearing your testimonials, please. But if you buy it and you read it, I want a review. I want to hear what stood out to you in the book. I'm also going to be having another conversation on Instagram at 8 p.m. tonight, West African time, and which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time on Instagram with Ebiere Bolu. She talks about raising children on purpose. That's her domain. So I'm going to be having that conversation in a little while. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome rest of your day.